Welcome back to the Accounting Working Group podcast. I'm your host, Stein Smith, and I'm really happy to have such a great update for anybody tuning into this podcast today. It's the first quarter of 2022. It has been very busy, very active, and I'm really amped for the work that has been done and our upcoming events, content, podcast, the white papers, all the rest. So I just wanted to hop in, and I do know how busy everybody is right now. It's March, with tax returns, audit questions, valuation questions. I do know that everyone's busy, so I appreciate you carving out just a few minutes for our update. So our NFT Primer white paper is in its home stretch. It's in the final edits and has been actually authorized to be published as a joint publication with our friends at CPA.com. And so all of that will help with the marketing, the outreach, and then hopefully have our thought leadership out to a much bigger audience as a result of that collaboration. So I'm really happy for that. And in that white paper primer, which I tried to keep to a more conservative length this time, because I do know that our last primer, DeFi primer, hit about 28 pages. So I was trying to keep this one more actually at the correct length, and I believe it's about 10 pages. So I'll be very happy to have that at the door. Obviously, all of you have helped out a ton on that primer, because NFTs, as we all know, are a very hot topic, have been a topic of ongoing conversation, and it's a really great opportunity for us in collaboration with CPA.com to have that content, that objective, high quality thought leadership out to the marketplace. And sort of after we have that primer sort of polished up and out the door, our proof of reserves primer is also underway. Now, it's always important to, if I can keep in mind, that obviously the whole concept of proof of reserves is one still quite new, and there are some organizations actually doing it both on a service provider side and on a platform side. So on the one hand, it's a topic and an idea that I think is new to many market players, but on the other hand is actually being used as we speak. So it's a great opportunity for us as a working group and as a alliance sort of at large to have our content and our thought leadership out there to help educate and inform everybody, right? From users, service firms, and hopefully any policymakers out there on a educational way. Absolutely. But so all of that has been sort of a ongoing conversation between myself, members of the working group, Ron and his team, and our colleagues at AICPA, who are also working on this issue right now. So I have that primer, so it's outlined. We have some content on the books. We're hopefully trying to get that out probably by the third quarter or the end of 2022 to try to have it all polished up and try to have it have as high an impact in the market as we possibly can. And then also our first accounting working group event of the year, yes, actually just happened in March. It was our NFT event. Had some excellent panels, had some great conversation, and also practical tips, demonstrations, and all the rest. It was a great event, and it honestly touched on pretty much any angle around NFTs out there, right? From legal, real estate, audit, tax, valuation, provenance, and then how NFTs sort of as a direct byproduct of the actual questions being asked around them are in turn influencing how other crypto assets are being analyzed. So I thought it was a great event, had some great panelists, excellent questions, great conversation. And so I hope that all of you were able to tune in. And if you weren't, don't worry, the recording of that is on its way. And then also, as a quick FYI, every month there is an accounting working group podcast goes out to members, and then afterwards uploaded onto our channel on uh, YouTube and other social media. So I'm always on the hunt for any guests. And if you or any colleagues at your firm are interested, my DMs are always open. And then I know there are at least two other events on the books for 2022. And if at all possible, we are going to try to weave in some in-person events going forward, possibly during the summer, during the nicer weather, and all of that good stuff. But it has been a jam-packed first quarter. We have some great ideas. We have great conversations. We have our new tax subgroup up and running, and so I'm really, really happy to have that operational. So I'm very happy with the first quarter of 2022. We've had some great conversations, capped it off with this great NFT panel event, and then the actual calendar for the rest of 2022 is actually very, very full with podcast content and hopefully some in-person events also. I'm looking forward to it. And as always, anybody who is interested in hopping on a call, hopping on the podcast, or has an idea for a panel, white paper, or any other type of activity, I'm always open to any ideas. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you at the next meeting.